Hello YouTubers, welcome to Late Time Videos here, and today I'm telling you the story so far of My Doctor Who Series 4. And I know it's been so long and I have been doing this story so far, videos, but this is my last video for the story so far because the fifth season is coming out in September, so I had to get this video ready until September. So let's go. So season 4, well, it became the great series. Well, and it's the beginning to bring so much characters in that. So let's start with episode 1. So episode 1, there are 13 episodes, but 6 episodes came out in 2016, and the last episodes came out on 2017. So let's start, and the 5th anniversary is split to season 4. So I'll talk to you about that one. And Lewis Egglentine, if you're watching this, I'm gonna put a clip for you for the wait for one of the episodes. So let's go to episode 1. So episode 1 was called Dalek Night, and it starts on November 5th, 2016, and it's about when the Doctor is being running from the universe because the universe is being blind, because everyone thinks he was the Valeyard after the last season. When Callum died, his companion, and the Doctor's trying to struggle to keep running from the universe, and the Doctor was attacked by a Croton spaceship, and he escaped from it, but he crashed Earth. The Doctor trying to examine the convenience circuit to make the TARDIS more light size, but now it's just still toy size. And because now on season 5 I'm doing the light size, that TARDIS. Until then, the Doctor decided to go to Callum's grave to pay his respects, and once he do, he's trying to chill his head and then trying to move on. So move on. He went to a planet trying to make peace, and to some peaceful people. The Doctor helped them to tend the fields for them. And once he tried to leave, one of the tribe was speak English. He told the Doctor a warning about Dorothy. Dorothy was in danger. The Doctor went back to his TARDIS. Gone back to Earth in 2016 in November, bonfire night, and then there was no sign of Dorothy. He was disappeared in his own house. In her own house. The Doctor went back to the TARDIS. He found her phone, and he tracked the number where he was last located. Dorothy was in it was in the House of Parliament. The Doctor went into the House of Parliament, and then he found Dorothy. And once he did, the Doctor found out who kidnapped Dorothy. It was the Daleks. The Daleks have kidnapped Dorothy and the Doctor. The Doctor has confronted by Davros that Davros wants the TARDIS key. We have no idea why, but he was working with the Alliance. The Alliance that are the main villains of the series. Because they've been corrupted, and they think the Doctor was the Valeyard. They want the TARDIS key. The Doctor gave Davros the TARDIS, and the Doctor ran it. And the Doctor was trapped, and there's no way to escape from the Parliament. The Doctor used an iPad that the Dorothy had. The Doctor used his iPad to access the Unit HQ's missile, and then he launched the missile and blew up the House of Parliament. The Doctor went to a gap that he could get out. The Doctor went back to the TARDIS, and the TARDIS was materialized. Davros took the TARDIS, so that means that the Doctor is trapped on Earth for good. Davros took the TARDIS, and then once we do, at the end of the episode, they reveal the Cybermen were working with Davros, and the Cybermen have turned against Davros again and the Daleks. Davros escaped, but the TARDIS is still whole with the Cybermen. The Cybermen trying to get in the TARDIS, but the TARDIS is locked. It can only open with the TARDIS key. The TARDIS key has where's the TARDIS key? The Doctor has it. So that means they can't get in. The Doctor knew the Davros can't take the TARDIS without the TARDIS key. So and the Cybermen are going to take the TARDIS key from from the Doctor, and they're about to reveal their new plan for episode 2. So the 1 and 2 were like two-parters, the Daleks and the Cybermen. So let's go to episode 2. So episode 2, that was called the Cyber Hunter, and it sets to when the Cybermen continued trying to get the TARDIS key from the Doctor. They found a human and they converted him into a Cyber Hunter. The character who played this episode was Calvin Whitehouse. He has his own channel. It's called Rampage. You can go check on his channel and subscribe him. Subscribe. Calvin was very good, okay with that episode. Well, I think the episode has a voice problem, so I released a reboot episode that has no voice problem. So you can watch it now. So the Cyber Hunter hired by the Cybermen to take down the Doctor and get the TARDIS key. The Cyber Hunter teleported to Dorothy's house where the Doctor was staying. The Doctor was going outside, have a chill out, and when he's done with Facebook, and then once we do, the Doctor was kidnapped by a Cyber Hunter. The Doctor was running from in the house. The Cyber Hunter attacked the Doctor, and he swayed him to give the Doctor the key. The Doctor handed over the key to the Cyber Hunter, and the Cyber Hunter was gone. The Doctor was injured. Dorothy arrived. He took him to his bed to lie down to remove his injuries. The Cyber Hunter was back again. Because the Doctor needs him. The Cyber Hunter needs the Doctor to control the TARDIS, but they don't know how to control the TARDIS. But the Cyber Hunter has a human brain mind, so he will know. So because they need him for something else as well. The Doctor will run back to Dorothy's room. The Cybermen appeared. They attacked Dorothy and the Doctor. They all got knocked out. The Doctor was appeared in the TARDIS, and the Cybermen described their plan for the TARDIS. They were going to blow up. They're going to blow up the TARDIS, and once they do, open up the gouge of the TARDIS. Yeah, the Doctor has a gouge in the TARDIS, and then there was flying Cybermen up the gouge. The Doctor explained why do you need the TARDIS, and they say that they want to go to the edge of the universe. Something's in there, and it's been imprisoned there for many years, and it was Omega. The Doctor said Omega was destroyed. He was on Gallifrey. He was on Gallifrey and said trial, but I believe that the creature was created by Omega. It's in the edge of the universe. The Doctor refused to go to the edge of the universe, and then once they trying to get there, the Daleks appeared. They attacked the TARDIS, and then once they do, the TARDIS the K9 will operate the TARDIS and then send the TARDIS into the black hole. The Doctor teleport all the Cybermen into the black hole, but the Cyber Hunter almost escaped. He took the hand and the Doctor's hand and the book in that he becomes the Doctor, and the Cyber Hunter took with him to the black hole. We don't know if the Cyber Hunter died or killed or sent to the black hole. Well, I'm not sure that will be revealed in season 5 because I'm trying to get through Calvin, trying to do an episode, but we'll see how it pans out. And once the Cybermen gone, Dorothy and the Doctor begin to their next adventure. The Doctor got a phone call from Barbara, and they confirmed they want to go to a house, to a park. So that revealed from episode 3. So let's go to episode 3 now. So episode 3, it was called The Nightmare Room, and it sets in present day in a house, a haunted house, a haunted mansion that is haunted. The Doctor arrived and the Doctor and Dorothy arrived from next door into a haunted mansion, and they found Barbara. Barbara and the Barbara called the doctor to investigate a room that is haunted. People have been going missing in the house, in the mansion. The doctor was looking around to find any connection about why this room was haunted. This room is haunted. The doctor found some broken glass, a broken mirror that's been broken, and the doctor went outside to the maze and find anything else. The doctor found Barbara, and where is Dorothy? Dorothy, he heard a scream from Dorothy. The doctor ran to the maze, around the maze to find Dorothy. And once they do, they saw a ghost that was about to attack the doctor, Dorothy and the doctor. And the ghost disappeared. The doctor went back to the house in night, and once they do, the lights were going off. There was a living scream happening. They run from the doctor and Dorothy ran back to Barbara, and once they do, Barbara was trapped inside the mirror. And once they saw Barbara, the doctor saw another self of him, a reflection of him. The doctor found out it was the mirror demons were behind the haunted rooms. The doctor was confronting the mirror demon that he needs to go over the other side of the mirror dimension to get Barbara. And once they get there, the doctor grabbed Barbara and went inside over the mirror and went back to the other world. But the mirror demon told the doctor before he went to the mirror dimension. They told him that the crystal he found from Callum in the end of season 3. Callum gave something to the doctor that was some crystal. He said this will help him find her. But who is her? The doctor told the mirror demon that what is that crystal? It is some segment. Some segment. He gave the mirror demon the crystal, and he gave a life force that will lead you to the next segment. That will revealed from episode 4. Yep. And then once they got out of the mirror dimension, the doctor pointed the screwdriver to the mirror, and they smashed it so the mirror dimension cannot come through. The doctor come through again. The mirror demons were destroyed, and the mirror dimension was destroyed as well. The doctor was going back to the TARDIS. He gave Barbara some paper that he'll find a job. He was going to the unit to find a job, and that reveals some episodes from season 5 that he will be the director of unit. So let's go. And the doctor went back to this, and the Dorothy went back to the TARDIS. They got this memory crystal that they got from the mirror demon. They put it next to the TARDIS, and the TARDIS got out of control. Where's the TARDIS taking Doctor and the Dorothy? That explains from episode 4. So let's go to episode 4. So episode 4 was called The Tudors of War. The Doctor was still out. The TARDIS was still out of control. The Doctor and Dorothy crashed into Earth in the year 1500. The Doctor was discovered there's London and it's old London in the 1500s. The Doctor and waited for Dorothy to dress up, and he dressed to Victoria's dress. Victoria's dress, the Doctor's companion from Patrick Duncan's second Doctor from 1967 and 1968. So the Doctor and Dorothy went outside looking for the last segment of this crystal they found. They found themselves some knights. They got kidnapped by the knights, and they took the Doctor and Dorothy to London. Once they got there, they found out who was the king. The king is Henry VIII. The character who played Henry VIII was William Malcolm. William Malcolm was he's like a funny actor. Yeah, this is what he did. Yeah, let's just show you a clip.
Forgive me, my lord. I have urgent message for you.
You have a mission to proceed.
I have an urgent message of King's battle. It's a King's battle.
He's bringing reinforcements? Are you sure?
Yes, Your Highness.
Very well. Prepare my army for battle, for the Tudors is yet to come.
Yes, Your Highness. Oh, there's also another.
Another?
Yes, Your Highness. I believe this is for you, I think.
Explain yourself.
It must be given by the king only.
Prepare your horse. Your assistance is needed.
Yes, Your
So this is what it's like when Henry VIII, or I mean William Malcolm was Henry VIII. He would make me laugh, all that. So let's continue the episode. So the doctor. So the doctor spoke to Henry VIII that Henry VIII is at war by King Frederick. The doctor found out what year is this? It's the year 15. Well, somewhere I forgot what's the title. What's the plot? It was something 15. It's something, and he found out that it was the Tudors of war. The war between the Tudors and King Frederick's knights. The doctor asked Henry VIII how can he defeat an army so big. That Henry VIII found something, and say a long time ago, some star crash landed into the woods. The doctor was sent to a quest to find this star, and the doctor think it was a crystal. It was the crystal. And if the knights get hand on it, they can win the war. But the doctor went into the woods. They camped for the night, and then once they got attacked by knights. The doctor would run from the star, and then once he get there, the star was a knight that was a Gundan knight from the classic Doctor Who Warriors Gates. The knight was crashing to the earth was from E-space, and the crystal he had was on his arm. The doctor can't give it to him because they need to kill him first, then give it to him. The doctor smashed the knight helmet, and then once they found the crystal. The crystal, and then once they get to the Henry VIII London, that Dorothy fainted from when he was attacking by the knights. Dorothy was sleeping, and then once they do, Dorothy woke up. She found herself back in London. In the castle. Henry VIII spoke to the doctor and said, "Where is the star?" The star was destroyed, but the doctor has the crystal. He can't tell him that he has the crystal. If he does, they'll win the war. So the crystal cannot be used. But Henry VIII is still trying to face himself with this war, and the doctor asks him that he'll find someone else, like another wife. I know he killed 5 wives, but then there was another woman he might find. That's when Henry VIII met his last wife, Catherine de Lance. The doctor went back to the TARDIS. He put the 2 segments together, and the boat fit. So there's only 2 segments left. Where are the other segments? So the Doctor and Dorothy decided to go to Back to the Future, and that leads to episode 5, Lewis's episode. So let's go to episode 5. So episode 5 was like a mini episode. Well, no, not actually a mini episode. Well, it's not actually. Well, and it's called Art Phobia, and it sets on Australia in the future. The Doctor and Dorothy landed in Australia future reference, and then once they're there, they were kidnapped by some soldiers that were guarding some kids that were going missing from an arcade. The Doctor realized that this arcade must been kidnapping kids. Why? Well, so the Doctor and Dorothy went to the arcade, and when they met a man who's in charge of the arcade experience was called Mr. Stevens. So, and we don't know his actual name, but this is what's like. See, Lewis's Eglantine was act like Mr. Stevens. So this is his clip.
Hello. I'm busy.
So am I, and I can't really stop busy. Now, can we please talk?
You or you?
Oh yes, I'm the doctor. I'm Mr. John Smith. Dr. John Smith. And this is Dorothy Smith. Dorothy Smith.
What is it that you want?
Well, yes, we just want to know about the missing kids been going missing from your arcade. And, it's the last kid's been going missing here. Have you seen him?
Yes, he was just yesterday. Yeah.
And did you see him somehow? Have you actually seen him?
No.
Oh, well, looks like we're in a dead end. Well, in that case, Dorothy. Anyway, Mr. Stevens, is that your name?
Yes, that's it, yes.
Yes, alright, I just want to know, we'd like to try your little arcade.
Yes, sir, that'll be $3.99, please.
Oh, yes, I've got any money. You?
No money?
Oh, yes, I've got something for you.
What is it? Is it money?
Here you go.
It's a watch.
Yes, it's a very perfect watch.
Oh.
Does many sounds.
Well, get yourself over there.
Right, okay. Right. Come on, Colby. Let's get prepared to go out to the arcade. You didn't know you'd been there.
Sorry, I've got to do some important right.
Anyway, I'll be in the settlement. I'll be there. Right.
I'll stay with this guy.
Security, come in here, please.
Yes, sir?
Take a look at this watch. Our contestants are not as they seem.
I'll examine it before you move it important, sir.
And once the doctor and the doctor and Dorothy spoke Mr. Stevens, they went to the arcade and then they play around, and then once they do, they found a door. It was a teleport. They teleport themselves into some kind of spaceship hovering of the Earth. And once there's some robots attacked Barbara and the doctor and Dorothy. The doctor found the control room that the ship was been here for a while. They found some kids and they were in hibernation. They were like walking batteries. And once they on these walking batteries, the ship can charge itself and it can take off around this planet. Someone's been using those kids to charge this ship, and only one person is behind this, Mr. Stevens. So the doctor teleported himself out the ship. They gone back to the arcade and spoke to Mr. Stevens, and this is what happened.
Oh, Mr. Smith, I thought you were the police.
There's nobody police. It's you that be careful.
Hmm? What are you doing?
Stop!
Oh!
You lied to me. You took those kids. You're the one who's doing this. What's going on here? Those 50 kids up there in your spaceship, it's alien and there are robots up there, and you took them.
What else do you want to know?
I want to know why did you took them?
Yes, it is me. And I was taking the kids because I want to charge my ship.
I take it you were alien from the Shadow Proclamation.
Yes, I am.
And tell me, how do you escape? I thought every single alien has been destroyed.
Well, after all the prisoners have escaped, I escaped quickly before the spacecraft was destroyed and managed to leave and take a ship to another orbit.
And you waited 2 months on orbit, waiting for kids to make you like a battery so you can go home.
Yes.
But you should have done that.
So you're the doctor. The one last Time Lord, the one they call Valior.
Don't you dare say that name to me.
But you still are. What he made you gods, my people, won't stop you.
No. No! These people are out! 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 Out!
No, you can't.
Stop it!
Out of my way, Dorothy.
No! Stop it now! Otherwise I'll
God.
shoot you.
Let go. can't.
I really don't know. You really can't.
Now let all those kids go now.
No, I really can't.
And why is that?
Because it'll destroy the Earth if my ship comes down now.
Dobby, let me go.
No!
Let me go. I can save those kids. I can save the universe, the Earth right now.
Just forget about it!
Look, I have to make him do
Just
it.
forget about the kids and forget about the traveling.
Do you want them to be in the chambers forever? Do you want to see their parents cry? Do you want to see how their dads feel?
Just don't travel. I don't care about the kids anymore. Okay? Otherwise, I'll take that gun away when you're sleeping.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dorothy. When I acted, you can put the gun down. I'm very sorry. When Callum died, I thought I could be changed, but nothing could happen. You see, I'm a monster. That's what he made me. That's what the Valley wants. He wants me to become like him.
Well, the Valley isn't the boss of you.
I'm sorry. You and me, Miss Callum was painful. I'm sorry, Dorothy. When we save those kids, will you forgive me?
No. Even if you save the kids, I will not forgive you.
Oh, Dorothy Liddell. Okay, fine. We'll figure something out. Okay.
You can save the kids, but I'm still gonna be mad at you.
Okay. So tell me, can you actually save them?
Yes,
Keep these
but I need to
people
charge my ship.
apart for them to see.
What do you need?
I need kids to charge my ship.
Yeah, but what do you actually need to charge
Energy.
it? Oh, let's go to the gate and stuff. Come on, Dorothy. Let's get to the TARDIS. You can put the gun down. Besides, let me see that.
No.
Okay, it's not charged. Come on, let's go.
So the Doctor and Dorothy going back to the TARDIS, and they're trying to fix the Doctor's Mr. Stevens' ship and give them energy. And once they did, the ship gone back to their home planet. And then the Doctor and Dorothy went back to sleep, and then once he gone to sleep, he got a dream of a Dalek. What kind of Dalek? Well, that's something about Dorothy. Doctor doesn't know who Dorothy is. That he went her up from Oz in season 2. So that will reveal somewhere in episode 8. So let's go to episode 6. That is the Christmas special. So episode 6, it was a Christmas special episode, and it came out on Christmas Day 2016, and it's called The Tree of Christmas. The Doctor arrived back from Dorothy's house, and they had celebrate for Christmas. And then once they did, the Doctor spoke like his 12th incarnation, Peter Capaldi's Doctor. The Doctor was sorry. The Doctor wanted to know why he spoke like his other self. The Doctor went back to his TARDIS, and they think his other self is speaking to his self. They went back to TARDIS, and then once they do, they found a location for his other self. His other self is in danger. And then once they found him on a spaceship that is a Christmas spaceship that is a party that like a restaurant. The Doctor wear a bow tie to go on cover, and once they went to the restaurant room, they found the Doctor's screwdriver. That was his other self's screwdriver. And once they did, the Doctor and what else? Oh yes, and the Doctor was found at a Christmas tree, and then once they got the tree, they hear some souls inside. They spoke to his other self inside. His other self is inside the Christmas tree. The Christmas tree was the Minites. The Minites are creatures that feed on people's voices. They put them inside a Christmas tree. and once the Doctor was a voice was taken and then put inside a Christmas tree, and once they did, the 12 Doctor appeared and saved the Doctor from the Midnights. The Midnights were the Doctor used his screwdriver to heat up the tree, and the tree was destroyed, and the Midnights with it. The ship was crashing down. The Doctor and the 12th Doctor and Dorothy went out into the control room and get the ship under control. The Doctor and Dorothy and the 12th Doctor crash landed into the North Pole. That is Christmas all that. So the Doctor and Dorothy went back to Dorothy's house and had Christmas dinner. And once they did, Dorothy fainted, and then he went to sleep. And it looks like something to do with the Dalek. That Dalek, it was in her dream. So Dorothy trying to wake up, and then wants to do it. She's screaming, and the Doctor trying to figure out who did this. It is the Dalek who's been doing this is a Dalek time controller from Dark Eyes, from the big Finish Doctor Who, Dark Eyes. And now revealed from episode 7. So let's go to episode 7. So episode 7 now was a two-parter of the episode, and the 7 was called the Nightmare Within. Not the Nightmare Within. Oh yes, the Dreams Within Her. That was called the episode, The Dreams Within Her. The Doctor went gone to Planet Khan to speak to the Shilda that the Dorothy has been screaming for 6 months. The Doctor tried to ask the Shilda to help Dorothy wake up. The only way we can wake Dorothy up is the Doctor must go inside Dorothy's dream. Once the Doctor got inside the Dorothy's dream, he found Dorothy, and then they're both attacked by a dragon. A dragon that is attacked the Doctor and Dorothy. The Doctor ran from the dragon and went back to Dorothy's house. That wasn't Dorothy's house. It was in her dream. The Doctor, confronted by the Dalek time controller that was in her dream, the Dalek time controller must need the Doctor's help to find him. The Dalek time controller has been kidnapped, but where is he? Well, we don't know where. The Doctor gave a location from Dorothy's dream. They were located to the Dalek time controller. They're both connected, but why? We don't know. That will reveal to episode 8. So the Doctor used Dorothy's dream to enter the dream, and they used the TARDIS to fold the dream's signal, and they're gone to our planet as nearby. So let's go to episode 8. So episode 8 was called The Interrogation of a Dalek. The Doctor and Dorothy arrived from a planet where the Dalek time controller is. They found themselves on there was a cyber controller. The Doctor found out it was Telos. The Doctor and Dorothy were kidnapped by the Cybermen. They were taken to the cyber controller, and once they get there, the Cybermen asked the Doctor to interrogate the Dalek time controller. The Dalek time controller told the truth about why Dorothy and the Dalek were connected. They revealed the Dalek time controller was Dorothy's father. He was before he was a Dalek, and then he became the Dalek time controller. The Doctor find out who Dorothy is. He is an Enemy from Dark Eyes. Dorothy has special abilities. It's like powers and everything. The Dalek time controller told the Doctor that he told the Doctor that he'd forgotten someone, River Song, that what Dr. Cal mentioned when he died. So this will help you find her. The crystal that will help the Doctor remember who River Song is. Who River Song is. Where is River Song, dead or alive? Well, she is dead from the silence of the library, because the Doctor doesn't remember. But the only way we can remember is to get the memory crystals together. The Dorothy helped the Dalek time controller to escape using her powers that he found out he was his father. The Dalek time controller escaped, and Dorothy wanted to stay with the Dalek time controller. The Doctor escaped from cyber controller, and the cyber controller was destroyed with the Daleks. The Dalek time controller called the Daleks, and the cyber controller was destroyed by the Daleks. So the Doctor went back to TARDIS. He's alone now because without Dorothy, he's with the Dalek time controller. Where have they gone? Are they dead? We don't know. So that reveals from episode 10. Once at the end of the episode, the Doctor forgotten that he forgot to see his granddaughter when he left his Susan Foreman. So that means he will see Susan for over 3,000 years. So let's go to episode 9. So the 9th episode was called Time to Know Things, and it sets on Earth in the year 2099. Not 2099. Oh yes, 2209. That he met his granddaughter Susan Foreman. The character who played Susan Foreman was Donna Marshall. Have you seen her from the latest episode from last year? Go see it. So the Doctor spoke to Susan Foreman how is he going his life ever since the Doctor left him to have a good life with Stephen. Stephen died, and when they got together, the Doctor Susan saw a meteorite crash landed right over Susan's house, and then once they found it, the meteorite was gone, already gone. It was crashed, but it's gone. How could it be vanished to thin air? The Doctor trying to go back to Susan's house to figure out how the meteorite disappeared in thin air. The doors knocked right over Susan's house, and the Doctor opened the door that he was to some guy who wasn't paid. Now he does want paid, and then once the ordinary man trying to drop the money tin, and then wants to do the hand was opened. The Doctor found out there were autons that were controlled by the Nestine. The meteorite crashed what is the Nestine consciousness. The Doctor was knocked out by Susan that was an auton. The real Susan was kidnapped by the autons. The Doctor was woke up with some shopping mall, and once they get there, the autons explained their plan. They were going to use the Nestine to goad a host that is going to enter Susan Foreman's mind, into a Time Lord mind. The Doctor trying to explain to Susan that he must remember then this Nestine was destroyed, and the autons were gone, and then suddenly the Doctor asked Susan, "Will you come with me?" But Susan says, "No, I got a family to go look after." And the Doctor went back to the TARDIS, and he's got some distress beacon, and that leads to episode 10. So let's go to episode 10. So episode 10, it was called Into the Triangle, and it sets on a pirate ship that is in the Bermuda Triangle in the year 1700s. The Doctor materialized into the pirate ship, and that was the strep beacon he had from episode 9. That he found Dorothy Liddell. Dorothy Liddell was wearing a pirate outfit. Then he met the Dalek time controller as well. They found out that this ship was stranded from the Bermuda Triangle. All the crew were disappeared. But what made them disappeared? The Doctor saw something in the shadows inside the pirate ship, and he threw a chicken leg in over the pirate ship. And once they did, the Doctor found out it was the Vashna Radar is behind the pirate ship attack. The Doctor found some treasure chest, a treasure chest that's found for the pirates. They believe it was treasure, but there's something inside. It was a message. After episode 9, the Dalek time controller told the Doctor that he gave the third segment of the memory crystal. That the last crystal is out there, so the treasure chest leads the Doctor to find the last segment. The the Doctor was running from the Vashnarada. Dorothy used her powers that the Vashnarada didn't hurt her. The Doctor used the Doctor went back. The Doctor used the screwdriver to activate a river that the weather that is all rainy, and then the sea got way wide, and the ship was going to sink. The Doctor and Dorothy and the time controller went back to the TARDIS, and once they get there, they materialized and the ship got sunk. They still had the treasure chest, and once they opened the treasure chest, they found a message that was inside the treasure chest. It says, Go find the last segment in hell itself. The last segment is in the underworld, and that leads to episode 11. That the Doctor asked Dorothy that he sure you might fight this, and yes, he will. The Doctor took the time controller to Skaro that he must stop Davros, and he'll become the Emperor of the Daleks. That leads to season 5. So let's go to episode 11. So episode 11 and 12 were two-parters, and 11 is called The Key to Hell. The Doctor arrived from a church, and that he explained how to get to the underworld. That where the last segment is. The vicar told the Doctor that the only way we can open it is the key to hell. The key of hell it's somewhere in the country of England. The Doctor arrived from England, from the south country, trying to find the key to hell, and once they're trying to find it, they found it some headstones. They're looking around and they found the key to hell. They camped for the night, and then once they did, they heard some crawling noise. It was a demon that is guarding the door to hell. The Doctor got to the tomb that was the door to hell. They found the door and they opened it, and it's opened, and until they Doctor and Dorothy go under the underworld. So let's go to episode 12. So episode 12 was called the Hell Itself, and it's set in the underworld. The Doctor and Dorothy arrive from the underworld to find the last memory crystal, and then they have a phone call from Missy that we thought he was dead, but everyone in the underworld is dead. The Doctor confronted Missy that where is the memory crystal, and then once they tried to, the Doctor was kidnapped by the dead Daleks. The Doctor was kidnapped by the Daleks, and once we found out who was working for the Daleks, it was the Valiard that we thought he was dead from season 3. Yes, he's dead. He's dead in the underworld. Everyone in the underworld is dead. The Valiard told the Doctor that he didn't have the memory crystal. That Missy has it. The Doctor gone to Missy's TARDIS that was destroyed. Everything in the underworld was destroyed. The Doctor found the memory crystal in Missy's house. In Missy's TARDIS, and then they got the Doctor gone back to the Valiard and gave the Doctor gave the Valiard the memory crystal that he will restore his soul and escape the underworld. The Doctor shot the Valiard and then the Valiard shot him, and then the Doctor went back to his TARDIS, and then he's about to to regenerate. The Doctor gave Dorothy some teleport. He teleported himself out. She teleported herself out to the TARDIS, and then the Doctor began to regenerate, and that leads to episode 13, the finale. So that got to episode 13. So episode 13, that was the finale episode, and it's called The Darkness Shall Rise. The Doctor was beginning to regenerate, and then once we regenerate, he was still his same self. He just wanted to know why he's not regenerating. The crystal he had, they're all put together, and they absorbed all his generation. So why the crystal doesn't want the Doctor to change? Well, the Doctor trying to find now. When they got all the segments. Now he must find out where the crystal, where the edge of the universe will be. How to get over there. They got the Doctor arrived from Gallifrey to ask the Time Lords to wrestle on that he told the Doctor that he must go to some gap between the edge. The Doctor was gone to the edge of the universe, and once they get there, the Daleks and the Sontarans have got there as well. The Daleks destroyed the Sontaran ship. Davros and the Daleks attacked the TARDIS, and the Doctor went inside the gap to the universe. The Doctor was surrounded by silence that were guarding the edge of the universe. Some prison that was created, that some creature was created by Omega. The Doctor found the prison, and he found it that is the Pandorica. And the crystal can unlock the Pandorica and find out what creature is inside the Pandorica. And then once the memories will unlock, and he'll bring back these memories with us on. Davros found the Doctor. He trying to exterminate the Doctor, and the Dalek time controller appeared. They stopped the Daleks exterminate the Doctor, and the Daleks against Davros, and they teleport themselves out. The Daleks are now their allies. The Doctor used this crystal on the Pandorica and activated it, and the Pandorica was opened. What's inside the Pandorica? The Pandorica is opened, and then once the memories were back from the Doctor, the creature was inside the Pandorica was Omega. Omega survived from the Time War. The Omega got free, and the Doctor blamed himself for releasing Omega, and that leads for the 5th anniversary. But I'm not going to do some story so far in 5th anniversary. But you can watch the 5th anniversary. It's in 3 parts, so you can watch it. You can watch it now. So thanks for watching this story so far. And the only episode I will release from the reboot for season 4 will be one episode, episode 1. I will release it to you today or tomorrow. So thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you next time. Talio.